Good morning, dear students. Today we begin with a new lesson. This is tissues. Up till now, we have discussed how the cell is the fundamental unit of life, how it has its organelles organized in various ways to help the cell do various functions. But then can the cell perform all the activities all by itself? No. For a unicellular animal, the unicellular animal is a single cell, it performs all the activities on its own. But in case of multicellular organisms, group of cells perform similar type of function. For example, the human beings, our body is covered with the skin. And the whole skin is not made up of a single cell, it is made up of so many cells. So what is the function of the skin? It protects us from the surrounding. So what is the function of the skin? The tissue to protect us from the surrounding. So what is a tissue? Tissue is a group of cells performing similar activities. Now, there are different types of cells we have studied, isn't it? That there are different cells of different shape, size present in our own body. Similarly, there are different shape and size of cells present in the plants also. So, in this chapter, we will study about the different types of cells which organize to form the tissue. A single cell working on its own would achieve very little inside an animal or a plant. So many similar cells lying side by side work together to perform like a team and do the same work or same function. These group of cells are called tissues. So we will discuss how the team of workers, that is the tissues, function. So let us define tissues. Tissue is a group of cells similar in structure which work together to achieve a particular function, forms a tissue. And tissue, the cells of a tissue have common origin, that is, they will rise from a similar cell. Suppose you have a cut on your skin, there will be a layer of cells underneath of your skin that will give rise to a fresh layer of again the skin cells. So cells of tissue have common origin. Tissues can be simple or complex. Tissues like that of the skin, they are of simple type, whereas if we talk of blood, it is a complex tissue. Why? Because there are different types of cells present in the blood. We will discuss that in this chapter. Now, the tissues of plants are different from that of animals. Why so? Let us see. If we talk of plants, plants have different origin, whereas animals have different origin. Plants, they are stagnant at a place, whereas animals can move about. They show locomotion. Plants have simple tissues. They are made up of dead cells as well as living cells. As a result, the tissues in plants are simple compared to that of animals. Animals, because they are showing locomotion, they also need to, they have a heterotopic mode of nutrition. These are the reasons for which animals have complex tissues. Let us see the points that show the difference in tissues of plants as well as animals. So here are the difference in plants and animal tissues. Plants are stationary while animals are movable. So they consume more energy. As a result, their physiology has to be different. They would need a complex mechanism. Next is plant. Most tissues are for strength and support. They are made up of dead cells. If you have a transverse section of the tree, you'll find the inside of the tree is made up of dead cells. While in animal, tissues are mostly made up of living cells and require greater maintenance. All cells of animals are made up of living cells, and all the cells are respiring, all the cells are doing their work. As a result, they are utilizing energy, they are doing various chemical reactions, as a result of which it needs lots of maintenance also. So it is different from that of plants. It isn't so inside the body. Inside our body, some cells are dead and some are living. All the cells inside the body are living. Whereas in plants, the cells inside the plant, that is in the trunk of the plant or inside some parts of the plants, the cells are all dead cells. Now, if we talk of the growth of the plant and animal, they have different pattern of growth. Plant grow in a restricted area, but then they grow throughout their life. Whereas growth in animal is uniform, the whole organism grows in size. So plant grow throughout their life, animals growth stops after they become mature. Isn't it so? In animals, the newborn is a small replica of the parents, and once it starts growing, it keeps growing until it becomes mature. Once mature, it cannot go back to its original size, but then it stops growing further. So there is a limit. The growth is limited. It grows only up to a certain level. After that, it stops growing. But in case of plants, you'll find them, they are stagnant, but they keep growing at that same place. They will keep on increasing their height. They will keep on increasing in their size. But you will not find them move from their place. So there is a difference in growth pattern. Plants have unlimited growth throughout their life, whereas animals have limited growth, but then the growth is limited, but it is uniform. In plants, it is seen that only some parts or some region of the plants keep growing throughout its life. It isn't so. You will not find the trunk all of a sudden it starts growing. You will find the tip of the plant always growing higher and higher. It would discover newer tips of the plant. It would give rise to shoots, different shoots, branches, but then the growth is only at the tip of the branches or tip of the plant, not in the sides, not on the stems. Whereas in animals, there is a uniform growth of the whole body. There is no region that this region divides and the other region doesn't divide. So you will have a smaller hand and the whole body would be big if that happens, but that doesn't happen. We have a uniform structure. So why is it so? Because we do not have a dividing region and a non-dividing region. The whole body, all the cells are dividing uniformly. As a result, you have uniform growth. Unlike plants, which do not show uniform growth. Had there been uniform growth in plants, the trunk of the plant would grow in size every day like the tip of the plant grows. So it will be equally wider and equally taller. But that is not the case. So plants and animals have different pattern of growth. Plants grow in restricted areas while growth in animal is uniform. Plant grow throughout their life. Animals' growth stop after becoming mature. In plants, growth is seen in limited zone, whereas in animals, no dividing or non-dividing region is found in the body. The whole body divides uniformly and becomes mature. Last point is, due to active locomotion and heterotrophic nutrition, organ system is specialized in animals, while in plants being less complex as they are autotrophic and non-mobile. This point we have already discussed. Being non-mobile and being autotrophic in nature, plants do not show a lot of complexity, whereas animals show locomotion and they have heterotrophic mode of nutrition, as a result of which they show lots and lots of complexities.